Hey guys, so got a question here from the internet. This was a blog post I did on No Meat Athlete years ago about my very first 30-day trial of 100% 80-10-10, and even though the article is 3 years old, I still get questions. We got one here today from Taylor, so let's take a look at it. Hi Ben, your post is very informative. Had a couple of questions in the 80-10-10 diet. Basically, she's been doing it for about a week now, and she's an 18-year-old girl, 5'6", 150 pounds. She said she's only eating about 14 to 1,800 calories a day because it's just can't imagine even eating any more than that. She works out a lot, P90X, works a regular 40-hour work week on her feet running around, and even though she feels good, weight hasn't come down at all, and she has a few questions like, how many calories should I do? What should my approach be? Can you explain why I feel so bloated on this diet? That's a good question. We'll get into that. And can you explain how these people eat thousands of calories and are still so thin? I just don't understand. It just doesn't make any sense. So because I thought that you have to burn as many calories as you consume. So let's get right into it. First of all, Taylor, congratulations and 2 thumbs up to you for diving right into it. So many people love to make excuses and talk about why it wouldn't work for them or why they can't even try it. So I commend you for just diving right in and giving it a shot just to see what happens. I think 1 week is a little short to look for weight loss results. Whenever you change programs with diet and exercise, you really wait about 4 weeks to see any results, and then it'll be 8 weeks before any of your friends or family notice or anything like that. So keep on trucking with it, but let's try to fix the plane in the air while it's flying, because there are a few things to your approach that can be tweaked and might get you a lot better results. So you say you're eating 14 to 1,800 calories a day, but you know that you should be eating about 3,000. Well, I think the 3,000 number is a little high, but the 14 to 1,800 is definitely too low. You're not going to sustain on that. Eventually you're going to build up a hunger debt of calories, and you're going to sort of lose your ability to make good decisions, and you might eat something that's like, I don't know, cheese pizza or donuts or something like that. I don't know. So we need to figure out a way to up the calories. I don't necessarily need to be eating 3,000. I think that more of like 2,000 to 2,500 might be a good thing to shoot for you. I don't think you have to hit an exact number every day, but have a target, have a range. I think 2,000 to 2,500 is what I recommend. And if you go over that, that's fine. But if you go under that day over day, eventually you're going to build up a hunger debt and eventually binge out on something that your best self really wouldn't want you to eat. So go for the 2,000 to 2,500. To do that, obviously you're really full on all this, just 1,800 calories a day, and that's about 500 to 600 calories a meal. So to get to that 2,000 to 2,500, I would recommend doing one of 2 options, and try both of these. Try both of these. Number 1, eat more meals in a day. Aim for 5 or 6. Smaller, same amount of meals, the food will digest. I don't want to say smaller meals. They should be that 500 calories, 400 to 500 calories, and eat those every 3 hours. Not the best approach long term, but you have to understand that your stomach is a muscle, and people on a cooked food diet, the muscle doesn't stretch very far because the food is so calorically dense. But with raw foods, they're calorically poor but nutrient dense. So you need to eat a lot more volume to get the same amount of calories. And as a side effect of that, you'll intake a lot more nutrients, but you need to eat a lot more volume. So it can be tough to do on a stomach that's conditioned to eat a relatively low volume diet when compared to a raw food diet. So it's like a muscle, stretching it out. It takes time. It takes time. And I can't give you a number on how long it will be. But when I had been doing this 30-day challenge, I had been kind of working up to it, doing what was now called a raw till 4 approach, sort of before that existed, but eating mostly raw during the day and then having cooked vegan food at night. So I think that's your other option besides the 5 meals a day, is to continue with the 3 meals a day, but make your evening meal, your dinner, a cooked vegan meal and a clean, whole food, plant-based, high-carb vegan meal. So that means looking at clean starches like sweet potatoes, wild rice, brown or white rice, millet, quinoa, amaranth, these kind of things. Try to keep it gluten-free would be my advice, but if you want to eat gluten, like, I'm not stopping you, but stay away from salt. Minimize salt as much as possible. If you have to have some, that's fine. Oil, absolutely no oil, no cooked oil, no raw oil, and no added sugar. Fruit sugar is fine, whole food sugar is fine. Added sugar, white sugar, sprinkly sugar, no bueno. That's empty calories. Especially no oil. Absolutely no oil. And do that as your dinner. It'll be a lot more calorically dense. It'll allow you to get over the hump and get to that 2,000 to 2,500 calories. And you'll probably feel a lot more satiated for now. And then as you build the stretch in your stomach, you will be able to eat less cooked food and more raw. I think that another way to stretch out the stomach is each meal, once you feel full, eat one more bite, eat 2 more bites, take 1 more sip of smoothie, take 2 more sips of smoothie, and just build a stretch in your stomach, but don't like overstuff yourself because that's not good for you long term. But just a tiny bit more is going to just build that stretch in your stomach so you can fit more at each meal over time. So second question, why do you feel so bloated? This is probably a food combining issue. I'm going to post a link to a video by Alicia Grant at Raw Synergy TV. Explains what fruits and vegetables combine well together, which ones don't. Once you start following these rules, it makes a huge difference. You know, as they said in Big Lebowski, this isn't Nom, there are rules. You're probably too young for that movie, but this video explains it all. Simple meals are best, mono meals digest the best, and as you add more ingredients, digestion, is compromised and certain things don't go together at all. So this video explains it. It's excellent. Please watch it. It'll help you a ton. And then lastly, how do these people eat all these calories and be so thin? I mean, isn't it just calories in, calories out? And I have to say that for people on standard American diets, a calorie is a calorie. You eat more junk, you're going to gain weight. You eat less junk, you're going to not gain weight. But with nutrient-dense foods, it's a different game. Your body knows how much to eat and knows what's going to serve you. And so I would say that the rules simply don't apply when you're eating nutrient-dense food. And this goes for, fruits and vegetables, and to some extent, cooked foods like grains and things like that I mentioned that could be included in like a raw tofu type program. That it's just your body plays by different rules when it's eating these nutrient-dense foods. Eating a bag of sugar, eating 1,000 calories of white sugar is not the same as eating 10 bananas. Your body's not going to respond the same way. And so I would say that the fact that it's whole foods, you're playing a different game. You're on a different level, and just the rules, just like gravity's different on the planet Saturn, well, the rules for calories in, calories out just don't apply as much on planet whole food, plant-based diet. So that's my advice. Hope you liked it. Please share this video with anybody you think might benefit from it. If you guys want to see more like this, please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I really appreciate everybody's support, and I will see you guys next video.